So another important product you're going to need when you start sharpening is a good scissor lubricant. And this is the Wolff Industries Scissor Lubricant. It's really two things in one. It acts as both a cleaner and a lubricant. Because the formula is displaced by alcohol, it will actually wash away dirt, grime, and for hair scissors, hair from underneath the pivot point. It's a wax-based lubricant, and so when the alcohol evaporates, it leaves behind a waxy coating that not only makes the scissors feel silky smooth and eases the friction when opening and closing, but it also repels hair, dirt, and debris, whereas oil-based lubricants will actually trap those things underneath that very important pivot point. Of course, coming from Wolff Industries, they've thought about application first, and every bottle has a precision needlepoint applicator, which comes in super handy for hair shears or smaller scissors. Now, the way I use them on craft or sewing scissors is I simply will use it first on the inside of the blades. I will apply a little, and the alcohol will actually remove and wash away any of the markings that have been marked on the steel from my sharpening process. And also, as I wipe it away, it leaves a nice waxy lubricant coating to ease the friction of opening and closing these scissors. The way I use it on hair scissors is fairly simple. After reassembling the scissor, I will drop a little bit of the oil in the base of the pivot point and then turn the shear upside down and work it back and forth. And then also drop it on the top of the pivot point, same thing, work it back and forth. Now you can see here after the alcohol evaporates, you do get left a nice waxy coating or a sheen on the scissor. And what's really cool and interesting, you see here I will sprinkle on some hair in this pivot area, and as I use the scissor opening and closing, that waxy coating will actually repel hair away from that very important pivot point where you really don't want hair underneath. I usually keep 2 or 3 bottles on hand. I just love how this does two things at once. It cleans and it lubricates. It just does everything you need it to do for scissors. So if you're a sharpener, this is an absolute must-have in your drawer, the Wolff Industries Scissor Lubricant.